Hello, good evening. Lost my voice then. Good evening. It is Monday, so it is monthly make time. We're going to be playing with our new monthly make stamp set, which is that gorgeous industrial bulb. I'm off to a great start, aren't I? Lost my words. That's what it is. I'm losing my words. So that's what we're going to be playing with tonight. I'm going to go. Well, it's one of them nights. I've got an idea. If it works, hopefully it'll look fabulous. If it doesn't, then I'm sure we'll make it look better. Yeah? So let's get crafting, shall we? That's the one I want. So as you can see, I have got some card in front of me already, and I've even picked a couple of stamps to go with it. So I've got a 7-inch card. I know for once I've remembered my card sizes. 7-inch card. I've got a lovely blue mat, which I've then got some colours. There you go, would help if I showed you the colours to go with it. So I've got twisted citron, peacock feathers and prized ribbon. They're my three that we're going to use tonight. And black and a few others. It'll all come together, I'm sure. Evening mum, it is very, very chilly out there. It's already icing by the looks of it. So I've got a 7-inch, a 7 3/4, a 6 3/4, sorry, and a 6 1/2. And that is what we're going to use tonight. So I'm going to put these to one side because I don't need them just yet. And I have got our gorgeous little texture stamp. I'm still wondering if I can make them into flowers or something, because I think they'll look quite cool. I need a stamping block, to begin with. I'm going to pop that on there, and then, so my idea is, I'll tell you what my idea is, and then we'll see how close to it I come. So I know I want already, that one goes this way, doesn't it? So this, I'm not going to put it down there because it could be inky. We're going to put all these in bright colours behind. Yep. And then I'm going to colour in some of these bits. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. My theory is I'm going to leave it nice and bright, white, or we might give it a bit of a brusho paint. So we will see. Because if we do everything else blue and twisted citron, and that orange, it might. Well, we'll see. I did say I've got an idea. I didn't say I had it figured out completely in my head. So, twisted citron first. And I want to kind of leave the middle. So remember, this stamp has got the gorgeous code on it. It's got the industrial border on it. So the industrial corners, the industrial border, all those would work with this really, really well. So I'm just going to use what's in my kit, which is this lovely incomplete circles. But remember, you've got all those other ones that you might want to work with as well. So I'm just going to do 3 of those to begin with. And then we're going to do some of my peacock feathers. Making sure my stamp is lovely and dry, because the last thing I want to do is put a wet stamp into my peacock feathers. So I'm going to do exactly the same now with my peacock feathers. So I'm just going to change it around a bit. Oops, would help if I. Looks like I missed the centre of my stamp, and that was always, and I know I say this every single time, your oxides, they dip, don't they? They have a right dip in the middle. So when you're stamping, when you're inking up, you'll notice I put my finger behind it and just press in the middle to just make that part of the ink pad go down a bit more. Like that. I'm not loving that. I think I stamped it in the wrong place. Never mind. It's random, so there is no right or wrong, is there? That's what I need to start saying to myself. I'm going to go here. Let's is it? And I think the ones that Rosie designed as well, they would go really well with this set. You know, like the squirrely cosmic, I can't even remember what it's called. Cosmic, it's something other cosmic. The one that looks like an atom. That one would look quite cool with it as well. I'm just going to get rid of some of this because I know what I'm like. And I want this background to be quite clean and tidy. I know that's a bit of a shocker, but... And then our prize ribbon. I was going to say blueprint sketch, but it didn't look right, and it definitely wasn't right, was it? I'm going to pop that in there like so. I'm loving that dark blue. I'm going to pop a few more little bits in. Ooh, too many decisions which way to stamp. I've not put ink there, that's why. Right, I'm going to put that one in there. And then I think I'm going to call it a day. Because I can always add, well, I say I can always add a bit more, but it's a bit tricky once we start on the top bit. So what I will do is I'm just going to clean that stamp off. Because if I go in with any more, I think it'll be that Twisted Citron. Yep. So we don't get too dark. There we go. So I just bring that on there like that. Yeah, I think I'm quite happy with that. So let me just get my big stamp. I stuck it on the radiator so I didn't lose it. Not the best place to store your stamps, honest. So can you see that on there now? I shouldn't really drop it down. There might be yak on it. Evening, Debbie. I like it that way best, I think. So that's going to sit right in the middle there. Just like that. Yes. I'm quite happy with that background, actually. I'm going to pop it back down there for a second. Now let's get this dry, because I'm going to go over it with my black ink. So I want to make sure everything is nice and dry. Good evening, Sue. I hope you're all keeping nice and warm. It has gone very, very chilly out there. To be fair, even our little fishies in the pond, as I walk past it tonight, you can see the ice starting to form. So it's like, oh no. But the ones outside are very robust, shall we say. They are very, very robust. They're the ones during lockdown that they used to come up to the top and let you stroke them. There we go, right. I said to you I wanted to make this as clean and crisp as possible, and I can already see inky pinkies on it. Well, not inky pinkies, inky splatters. But if I hadn't have told you, you wouldn't have known. But they are there, I can see them. I think it's from when I was cleaning my stamp. That blueprint sketch, not blueprint sketch. Prize ribbon. You can see it straight away. Right, I think I'm quite happy with that. It's time to grab my polymatch. Evening, Maxine. Oh, tell you what, I swear sometimes these stamps go, yeah, no chance getting me off that stamping block. just laugh at me going, go and eat your Weetabix. There you go. It's a nice big stamp, so just make sure you've got no balls when you come to stamp it. Pop it on your stamp block, which I haven't there. And again, I just want to make sure I think I'm going to do it that way. Oh no, that way. Don't know what it is, that way. Quite like it. I don't even know if I want to put a saying on this one, but I might do. Yeah, that's the way it's going. So move that to one side. And are you ready for this? I hope you're all sitting down. I treated myself. Are you ready? It's going to sound beautiful. Listen. It's like happiness, isn't it, opening a new ink? Look, it's actually like got ink on the ink pad. And listen again. Wonderful sound. That juicy, fresh ink pad. Can't beat it. I know you all think I'm crackers, don't you? It's the small things. Alright. I think we're gonna go for it. Boom. Give it a nice, good press. Ooh. That was a nice big thumb crack then. It always does when it's cold weather. Right. I think that should be okay. There we go. How cool does that look? Let's pop that down over there. And let's get this dry. Evening, Noella. You're only late if you wanted to hear a new ink pad being opened. That sound. I know. Little things keep me happy. Oh, thank you. I am very impressed with it so far. Because normally I do all my texture and stuff behind me bulb, wouldn't I? Not tonight. I'm mixing it up a bit. And now you can hear the questions going through in my head, can't you? So, do I use these lovely colours, these three, to colour in these? And then do a lovely big bright bulb in the middle? Or do I go and get some nice bold colours? I think I'm going to use these to colour this in. And then that's it. I think. I know I asked the question and then I've gone, nah, not listening. I'm going to do it my own way. I think that's what I'm going to do. Right. So, that's one side. We're going to go back to our lovely colours. So, Twisted Citron, Peacock Feathers. There you go. Just make sure my lid's on my ink. No wonder they don't last very long with me. So much better when you leave the lid on. I'm going to pop Twisted Citron down. A bit of Peacock Feathers. And a bit of Prized Ribbon. Not Blueprint Sketch, as I keep saying. Prized Ribbon. There we go. And I'm going to put the tiniest bit of water. Okay, maybe a squirt and a half. But definitely not a lot. Don't like the look of that brush because it looks bright pink, but that one looks okay. And then, oh, actually, it might be a bit big. There we go, there's my yellow one. There, very kindly put all my paintbrushes in my paintbrush pot. But now all it means is when I want to find the ones I use all the time, I have to go digging. But I'm very grateful he tidied up for me. Oh, there it is. It's not even in my pen pot, it's on the side. Evening, Lynn. Ooh. Right. Yeah, nice and clean-ish. That's okay. So I'm going to take the smallest amount of water because I want this to be very bold when we come to colour in. Yep. So you know how it works. Normally I'd water it down and add to it. This, no, I want it almost as if I've just stamped it. I know that's kind of impossible, but you get my drift. They used to do distress markers, and at the time I don't think they were really quite appreciated. Now I think we'd appreciate them a lot more, but they've stopped doing them. You can still get hold of a few, but as people run out of stock, then that's it. So now it's just the deciding where everything is going. Don't have to be perfect. Wouldn't be me if it had to be perfect, would it? I can't do perfect. I can't do. I've always said I can't do batch making as well, because my first one and my last one end up looking nothing alike. See, my paintbrush is getting very, very dry there because it was dragging. It was dragging way too much. You need it wet enough so it still moves on your paper, but not too wet. That you feel like you're ripping the paper or trying to drag that paper along with you. So there's a balance. There we go. And I think I've done quite a lot with green, haven't I? So I'm just basically picking out little bits, little areas. Okay, so I'm going to move on to a teeny tiny bit of water. It's all going to depend how much water you take, really, on your ink pad, because some distress oxides are really, really juicy, others not so much. So you can tell on my table here that, well, I keep saying blueprints, actually it's not, that prize ribbon is really watery. Peacock feathers not so much, and me Twisted Citron wasn't that watery either. I'm going to come in with this one. But you will use a lot more ink than when we sit and water it down. You can just see taking shape, can't you? There we go. And now I'm just thinking, I've got one colour left, which is my prize ribbon. How's that going to work? How's that going to fill in my gaps I've got left, or I'm leaving behind? I'm going to come back and put a little bit more. Twisted Citron on that one, because at the moment I'll be getting a lot of the blue. But how cool does that look? Oh, never hold it up. Yep, but it's all tying nicely into our background, isn't it? Nothing's jumping out just yet. Oops. Like I keep saying, there's no right or wrong when you're colouring these in either. So again, it's really starting to drag, so I'm just going to go and grab a little bit more. What make of my paintbrushes? They are Faber-Castell. They are gorgeous. They are the comfiest ones ever. Yeah, they're the ones, but they are the fabulous. Highly recommend them. They were actually given to me as a birthday present, and I do treasure them. As you can tell, because I always know where they are. They're either in my tin or on my desk. They are gorgeous. I've got to say, they're probably one of my desert island, you know, things I'd take with me. Them and my Friskers scissors. Because your Friskers scissors are surprisingly strong. So that's going to be blue. That's going to be blue, blue, blue. Blue. So if all that's being blue, I probably need to put a bit more green around that one, don't I? So we'll do, again, just need a teeny tiny bit more water. Just like that. My phone's buzzing away. I really did think I put on silent as well. Obviously not. I remember to take myself off mute tonight, which, you know, that's been a challenge the last few weeks, hasn't it? I think that's going to be green. I'm going to just whip back to my Twisted Citron and just add a little bit more in there, because I said it before, didn't I? We're going to end up with a lot of blue. I didn't really think it through. Do that. There we go. And then we're on to our final one. Oh, we're going to end up with blue and blue. That's not good, is it? So where's my peacock feathers gone? I could have used that contour. Okay. Put that in there like so. There we go. No. Ooh, Maxine's got her goodies. Oh, that means you've had time. Well, you've only just got them. You've not had time to play yet. I hope you enjoy having your play. And we are now back up to date with our orders. It took me a bit, because we did get a lot last week. It took me a bit to catch up with them all, but I got through them, and we sent the last ones out today. So if you've been waiting on one of our sale, waiting on an order even, then it should be on its way to you. Last ones went today, yay! So we're all up to date. Unless anyone's put anything through since about 3 o'clock. And then we won't be up to date, but you get what I mean. We're more up to date than we were this morning. All sorted. And it did make our local post lady smile. because we always go and take them into her. And I had a big bag for her today. And she said she was a little bit bored, so that soon stopped to being bored, didn't it? I forgot to do any peacock feathers down here. That's a bit rude, isn't it? I'll have to sort that out in a minute. I love doing stuff like this, you know, where you just get lost in. Ooh, a bit too watery. Where you just get lost in it, keep picking up your colours, building it up. Now with the prize ribbon you do want a little bit of water, because if you put it on really thick you can't quite see any of the detail behind it. So it's that nice balance between having a bit of water so you can see what's going on behind, but not too much that you don't get the power of the colour. There we go, nearly there. But we've literally taken 3 distress oxides and our stamps so far, and black ink, of course. Black, you can't not have your black ink, can you? Well, you might well use grey. There we go, right. What have I missed over there? I think it's a bit you, isn't it? Right, final look. Have I got everywhere? Got no bits I'm missing, have I? Don't think so. There we go. Right. I'll put that back in my little tub. And we'll clean my desk off. And then before we do anything else, we're going to give this a blast with the heat gun. Because if I now go and pop a load of brush on, which I think I'm going to do because I want this bit to jump out now, I don't want to disturb any of this oxide around it. So I know I can't seal oxide, but I can make it stick, make it harder to move, yeah? I could stamp it and cut it out. But I like the idea of doing it straight onto the card. Right, I want, I think a bit of gamboge, because I always love my gamboge, don't I? And I want a bit of orange for this one. So I'm going to do exactly the same again. I'm going to pop a bit on my desk, but this time I'm going to slowly build my colour up. So I'm going to start with my gamboge. Probably didn't need that much, it's being a bit generous. Definitely didn't need that much orange. And then I want a big fat paintbrush. There we go, that one will do. So for this I'm going to need water. And we're just going to take a little tiny bit. Ooh, that's really dark for gamboge. So I'm just going to start with a really gentle layer of my yellow. And then slowly, if you notice, I'm creeping more and more towards that raw brush here. I'm just starting to add that in. So I'm going to start going around here, around my filament. And I am going to concentrate with more masculine cards, because we have got a floral one of these. So I'm going to, I think, stick more to my masculine colours, because obviously they'll work for or feminine colours if you wanted, but there we go. I'm just blobbing it on. It's the only term I can come up with. So just plobbing. So I've literally got raw brusho on the end of my wet paintbrush, and I'm just dabbing it. Might not even need that orange at this rate. I'm just dabbing it into. You can see how wet it is because my card's going, oh wow, too much water, dear. And just here it's not quite mixing in enough, so I'm just going to go back over with a bit of water. Cleanish water. Let me get a piece of kitchen roll. I've got a bit of a blob going on here and I don't like it, so I'm just going to try and slurp it up. There we go, that's better. There we go. Let's keep adding to it. Again, this is one of my favourite things to do. Just get going, build it up. Get lost doing this, can't you? Need a bit more water because it's not moving as much as I like it to. There we go. I'm quite happy with that, I think. Twist him around a bit. Got a bit. There we go. Right, and then with this orange, I only need a little smackle of that orange. Paintbrush might be a little bit too wet. I'll dry it off and come back in and pick up some of that raw stuff. There we go. Let's wash that off. Didn't take long to do that bit, did it? Make sure I've got everything out of my paintbrush. And now I always moan that I've got dirty paintbrushes because I don't clean them properly. There we go. Let's give this a quick dry. And it's going to take a little bit to dry because I did throw so much water at it. Actually, bearing in mind I've already, oh no, you can't quite see. Bearing in mind I have already started to dry it. You can see right, there you go, if I hold it like that. Can you see the divot? That's a good word, isn't it? Divot. Can't remember. Bear said one the other day and it stuck with me for a bit. I've not heard that word in ages and it was just so funny. And it seemed odd coming out of his mouth, but I can't remember what it was. I think that's okay. I'm just going to grab a bit of doodle pen and then making sure I've not got any bits of ink or brusho or anything on me here. I'm just going to add a little bit, not too much because it doesn't need much, I don't think. I know I always do it, don't I? Oh, we're not going to do much. There we go. I'm not going to do much at all. But what I am going to do is, I don't know if you can see, the brusho has turned my white pen yellow. So I'm just going to get rid of that yellow. So just keep moving it until it's all gone. There you go. Back to white now. All done. I know. I say, I don't know why I get inky pinkies all over everything. It's because I draw on my own fingers. And then, so I've got myself to blame. Going to grab a bit of a charcoal pencil, nothing too much, because I don't want to do too much with this, I don't think, because I'm loving how that looks. I'm just going to add a little bit around here, very gentle. And again, this is why it's so important for us to dry every single layer, because if I'd have hit this and it'd be wet, it'd have gone a lot darker very, very quickly. Whereas it's working with me right now. And as always, I'm going as close to the line as I can, because when I say near the line, it's very rare that we get on the line, knowing me. The line or somewhere close. I could put oxide, not oxide, glossy accents on there again. There we go. I'm not going to, no, stop messing. It was fine about 5 minutes ago. That's going to go on there like so. Last decision we need to make is one of my little vertical greetings. I've got 2 birthdays. We have got Just Because. Thank you. It didn't want to come off then, did it? Not sure if I want to. Ooh, decision time. I think I might actually. There's another one in the set as well. You've got Just Because, Happy Birthday, and Someone Special is the third one in there. But I'm thinking I might just... If I do 2, yeah? So one at the top, one at the bottom, yeah? Evening Cornflower. So I'm going to go with my Happy Birthday just because it's on a stamping block. And the other one felt very, very gritty, so I'm assuming I've had it near some embossing powders. So I don't know why I turned that round then. I'm going to stamp this up near the top, and then I need to do one near the bottom as well once I over. Sometimes me and my brain don't really talk to each other. It's been a long, well, yes, it's been a long week. Evening, Jackie. Are really cool little sayings. I did say I love these sayings, and I still do. I think they're fab. So I'm going to do one to go at the bottom of my card and one to go at the top of my card. So one, I need my Y near the bottom of my card. And put that down like so. And I'm not going to fit 2 on there. Look at that ink. Oh, let's stroke brand new ink. I know it doesn't take much to make me happy. There we go. Oh, that sound. You don't realise how much I've missed it. And this one's going to come in from the top. And I might like this, I might not. Because I'm loving my card so far. Would have made a nice... I should have done it as a journal page, is what I should have done. Come on, thank you. Get these. I could have used 2 different ones, couldn't I? Someone Special and Happy Birthday. That'd have worked. Or just because, and happy birthday. And it is this sprinkler, so I am just taking a little bit longer than I normally would to get it dry. I know, I'm moaning that I finally got a juicy ink pad, and then I'm also moaning that it's going to take longer to dry because it's juicy. Can't win, can it, in my ink pad? I'm just very picky. So I'm going to trim these down. Rude. There we go. I'm just going to chop a bit off the top of that one because it won't fit in my guillotine. Come on, thank you. Rude, rude, rude. Fingers and thumbs. Is that in a smidge, I think. Oops. Stay where you are. There's one. And I'm going to do the same with this one. Now I go quiet, don't I, when I start chopping things up. And then I should have some blue. I do, look at that. So I'm going to stick one. And I can't decide, do I want to? Do I want to? Yeah, I want to again. I'm going to have it so it's going all the way off my page. One, because it's easier. Cornflower can't stay. It's alright, we're always here. Always come back and check us out anytime. It's a nice thing, isn't it? But also on YouTube, so you can always head over to YouTube and watch these videos again if you want to. There we go. Right, so we've got, oh, I've got no thumbnail left. We're going to have this one down here. Just like that. And then Jackie's asking about the freebies from November's. Oh, that's what I've not put on. I've not put on this month's ATC swap. Oh, ooh, it's a bit late, isn't it now? I've done it. I've just not put it on. That's just reminded me. Well, I haven't done it. I've done, yeah, you know what I mean. I've half done it. Right, I'll have to think about that. Anyway, she's asking about the stamp. Was that the January one? Yes, it would be nice if I could do all of them to go with it. I've done up to May at the moment, so they are on the way. If that answers your question, Jackie. Yes, we are. We're going to have more calendar word. I can't remember what we called them. Circle letter motifs, I think, is what we called them. I'm not very good remembering stuff at the moment. Yes, we will be doing them. There we go. So very, very skinny little borders. So we can get this together now, can't we? I was going to say, have I dried that? I have, haven't I? I have dried that. There we go. I've got to admit I am a little bit behind. Bear had a little bit of an accident at school on Monday last week, and again he ended up in A&E, and he ended up hurting his finger, and so we're backwards and forwards to the hospital at the moment with him. But he's okay. He's doing fine. He's just down one fingernail at the moment, but he's getting there. He is. Typical Bear style. He's got people doing his coats up for him and everything. He's quite happy. He learnt today that he could clap still, which is always a bonus. So he's quite happy now. But yeah, he's doing alright. Would have been happier if it hadn't have happened, because obviously no swimming and no sports until he gets whatever it is that grows back first. And I don't do fingers or toes, so yeah. So yeah, we've been a little bit behind, because obviously you need extra snuggles, don't you? He's much happier now because his bandage is a lot smaller. It was like he had a lollipop stuck on his finger, but now it's not that big. It's a lot smaller, but he doesn't like the look of it, so we've had to buy like a little sock thing to go over it. And the socks are cool because they come in different colours and stuff, so he likes his finger sock. But no, I'm not a finger or toe or teeth kind of person. But I also discovered Mr. Roo isn't a finger injury person either. He was like, oh no. I've never seen him go green before, and he did. I was banking on him. No, not happening. He was more green than me. So I'm thinking there. And there. Loving it. Do love this. So I'm just going to grab a bit more tape. No, that works, doesn't it? I was going to say I might want it the other way, but then it kind of complements. No, else will be the same. I know he just, oh, like I say, never knew he was a bit green when it comes to fingers. Okay, so just got these two to go. So happy birthday goes on the top. To be fair, Bear's had us all wearing finger socks since he got them. I had to remember to take mine off. He's doing alright, he's out there. Very brave. He goes back on Wednesday and he's already asked, do I get a treat if I'm brave again? So he's already figuring out what he can get for it. Oh, Jackie, no, definitely not. I can't. Oh, I've got to admit I am toughening up the more I'm having to deal with it, but oh, no. I'd be quite happy for somebody else to work. Right, so I'm just going to snip. I've started, so I'm going to have to finish. Would be better if I put it in my guillotine. And I'm going to do exactly the same. It is easier if you've got longer blade scissors, so you can line it up nicely and then go for it. But that would mean me finding my big scissors, which I think are down that way somewhere. And then make sure my lid's on. Look, my lid's on. Nice ink. There we go. So we have just used our monthly make stamps tonight. We've used our gorgeous industrial bulb and our incomplete circles and then one of our sayings. But we could have used the someone special if I'd have found it and thought about it, to be honest. And then you've got your just because as well, which could have looked cool. And that's happy birthday. Just because was on my desk a minute ago. Yeah, not sure what I've done with that one. No, it was around. Anyway, so there you go. I have to blow my nose again. Oh, it's gone really, really chilly, hasn't it, all of a sudden? So, there you have it. We have all our incomplete circles. We have our lovely bulb. We have just used those 3 oxides, which were twisted citron, peacock feathers, and prized ribbon, and some black ink. And we've got a nice little 7x7" card. So that is it. Ooh, I've lost my mouse. You can always tell when I'm trying to find my screen. There we go. I found it in the end. It sounds like I'm beating it up, doesn't it? Maxine's looking forward to playing with her new stamps. Absolutely. So yeah, we are up to date. There is a few more stamps to go into the sale, but I've not quite got around to popping them on yet, but I will do. What else have I got to say? We're not going to be here on Wednesday because Bear's back at hospital, so I won't be here Wednesday. So keep an eye out for when our next live is. It'll either be Monday, or I'll try and fit one in Thursday or Friday, because I really do want to show you some new stuff that we have coming out. So keep an eye out. We will be live again this week, I hope. Thursday or Friday, I will let you know. Probably Thursday. I'm trying to think how my week's panning out. Anyway, thank you for joining me tonight. I'm sure there was something else I had to tell you. We're up to date with orders. I've told you that bit, haven't I? But that's it, I think. So thank you for joining me. Do take care, stay safe, and I will see you all again very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.